Good evening, delegates. We're here in the Macmahon Media Room bringing you your Saturday recap.
In the spirit of making resolutions to change the world, we've decided to rank you all from least productive to most productive.
Starting with our least productive committee, World Health, sorry to say, but you have accomplished some things today. The World Health Organization passed 2 resolutions combating cholera, dealt with a killer crisis, and Somalia came out as anti-vaccination. Now the whole committee hates Somalia, so that's something. Moving on to the Indigenous Issues Committee. The committee is deciding on resolutions regarding systemic injustices towards Indigenous peoples. However, the forum is struggling to even pick a subtopic, and the only thing that is settled is that some form of self-determination must be determined.
In HRC, they were able to pass a resolution for Topic 1, religious discrimination, as well as they passed a crisis resolution via Security Council on a hostage situation in Kabul in Afghanistan, although unfortunately a lot of people still died. HRC was able to accomplish passing 2 resolutions today. The first was the topic of religious discrimination, as well as they passed a crisis resolution via Security Council on a hostage situation involving Kabul in Afghanistan, although unfortunately a lot of people still died. All the countries seem to be throwing shots at each other, with the main players being Syria versus the US and North Korea supporting Syria. The C&D Committee passed Resolution 2.1 SPICE, which delegated focus on Lebanon dealing with Captagon, reporting to the CND on reports and seizures of the drugs, diverging more of its sources to border security and identifying the source of production of Captagon within their borders. It also called on the UN to closer monitor its troops to eliminate usage of amphetamines, as well as harsher punishments for those caught with it.
Moving on to SOCHM. Today the committee passed a resolution to censor the press, so, that's good for the free world. China gave a speech without using a single personal pronoun. Congratulations, China. And finally, the Turkish government agreed to conduct free trials and not execute people anymore. However, they also, in accordance with Resolution 1.1, continue to censor the press. So, I guess if assassinations and beheadings can't be reported, they never really happened? Maybe? Moving on to the UNHCT, the Technology Committee passed 3 resolutions on creating an international framework on cybersecurity. Meanwhile, accusations flared as a US military satellite was hijacked by China, attacked Jordan, and Jordan ultimately declared war.
In ECOSOC today, they passed a resolution for the topic of integration of immigrants and also passed a crisis resolution. The United States and South Sudan had a feud whereby South Sudan called the United States names, and US is quoted saying, "You are in no place to tell me anything when you do not accept refugees."
Moving on to the Security Council, the delegates had a busy day today as they moved from the US occupation of South Sudan into dealing with the current genocide in Myanmar, where over 120,000 have already perished, and the Security Council still has much work to do in addressing the conflict. In other news, the Danish government instituted a National Lollipop Day, and after serious outcries from its citizens, changed to a National Meatball Day.
In the Historical Committee, there was an Operation Fire and Fury, which was an aggressive strike on the demilitarization zone, as well as in terms of the Tet Offensive, they are continuing to press north as well as eliminate the forces near the capital. Lastly, after the kidnapping of the South Vietnamese official, the South Vietnamese officials have been found by the CIA and returned safely.
That's good that they found them, but in all honesty, I trusted our, American boys to get the job done, even without the South Vietnamese politicians.
Yeah, the military is very reliable in America.
Very true. That's all the updates for today, Macmahon. We'll see you tonight at Club Absinthe for the social, and again tomorrow morning, bright and early, for our last day of committee time.
Have a really great night. See you later.